Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Good to see everyone this evening, and Shabbat Shalom to those joining us on live stream. I'm glad to have you with us virtually as well. So as you can see, I'm up here on my own this evening, so I'm going to need your full participation, read along, sing along throughout the service as you are comfortable to make it warm and inviting. And we're going to start on page 10 with Hine Matov. We'll sing the traditional version. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet gam yachad. And I'd like to invite Lucas Fleckenstein to come up and lead us in the lighting and blessing of the Shabbat candles, page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahavit ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Page 8. You can read this together if you'd like. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Page 11. Continue at the bottom with Eleh Hamda Libi. Eleh Hamda Libi, Chusana ve'al natitalem. Eleh Hamda, Hamda Libi, Chusana ve'al natitalem. Eleh Hamda, Hamda Libi, Chusana ve'al natitalem. And page 17, continue with Romamu. Last 3 lines in Hebrew. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehar kodsho. And pages 20 and 21 will join together in Lecha Dodi as we symbolically greet the Shabbat bride. We'll sing, as always, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. During the last verse, please rise, face the doorway to the sanctuary to greet the bride, and those watching at home, feel free to stand and face the doorway to your room as well when we get to that verse. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kiva ore, Kumi ori, Uri, Shir daberi, Kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, Toch emunei am segula, Boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. And we'll continue on page 22 with Psalm 92, Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor Shir leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chastecha, ve'emunatcha baleilot, alei asor va'alei navel, alei higayon bechinor. Mizmor Shir leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Ki simachtani Adonai befalecha, V'maaseh yadecha aranen. Ma gadlu ma'asecha Adonai meod amku machshevotecha. Mizmor shir leyom hashabat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer leshimcha elyon ulezamer leshimcha elyon. And we'll continue with Chatzi Kaddish, page 26. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'gala u'vizman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam U'al Me'al Maya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitbar V'yitromam V'yidnaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shmei Dekudesha Brichu Le'la Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata Benechemata Damiran Be'alma Vimeru. Please rise, page 28 for Barchu. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Page 31. Continue together in the middle. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Page 32. We'll continue in the middle in English together. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'aderech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 39. We'll read responsive paragraphs starting in the middle. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Page 40. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele, malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei yam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli, anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Yam bam bam bim bim bam, Yababam bam bim bam, Yam bam bam bim bim bam, Yababam bam bim bam, Ay 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 ay, Yababam bam bim bam, Ay 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 ay, Yababam bam bim bam. V'nemar ki fadar Adonai Yaakov go'alo miyad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai gal Yisrael. Page 43. We'll read together at the top. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 44, we'll sing of Shabbat as a symbol of the eternal covenant between God and the Jewish people as we join together in Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai, Asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael, et hashabat lasot, et hashabat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael, et hashabat lasot, et hashabat ledorotam berit olam. And page 46 and the following pages in Hebrew, please rise for tefillah. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'Esrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Ata Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofech Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Afar, Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'neman Atalach Ayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol. Ata Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yalalu chasela, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Page 59. Read together at the top. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, u'lecha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Page 61, we'll read together prayer for peace at the top. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Page 60, we'll join the song for peace, Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol eit uv'chol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. I'll take a moment now for individual silent prayer and reflection. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. And on page 253, in the middle, turn to a prayer of healing for loved ones, Mishaberach. Mishaberach, Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, v'imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, v'yivarech, v'yiraped, kol cholei Yisrael, v'kol cholei Adam. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all those who are in need of healing. And on this Shabbat, we think especially of Chris Vanny, Lindsay Briggs, Todd Patterson, Ken Friedman, Theodosia O'Dowd, Richard Harris, Edward Novi, Lee Willens, Muriel Koyama, Fred Chester, Vicki Spitzer, Mike Thorson, Jan Hardy, Ransom Starkey, Jim Waxman, Virginia Shipley, Hope Munyon, Tina Linnell Gregorio, Naomi Harris, Alan Webb, Byron Block, Martin Arnold, Marjorie Gilberg, Amy Jackson, Diana Fernandez, David Greenberg, David Priceman, Selma Szymanski, Faye Barnett, Blair Holloman, Omani Fenn, Paul Lazarchuk. We also think of those in Israel and in Gaza who have been injured physically and emotionally. And for all those we have mentioned by name, for all those in our own hearts and minds, we say, V'tishlach lehem refuah shlema, refuat hanefesh, u'refuat haguf v'nomar. Amen. May God grant all of them a complete and speedy healing, a healing of body and a healing of spirit. And we say, Amen. Again, page 253, we can join in singing Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And page 259, blessing for Israel, Avinu Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Gulatenu. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And we say, Amen. Well, I don't want to be accused of being a rabbi whose sermons are predictable. Therefore, as we are celebrating the 4th of July weekend, this Shabbat, I would like to begin tonight with a reference to Hanukkah. 2,000 years ago, two great Jewish scholars, the school of Hillel and the school of Shammai, had a debate. The school of Hillel said that we should light the Hanukkah menorah beginning with one candle plus the shamash and adding a candle each night. The school of Shammai said we should begin with all the candles on the first night and take away one each day until there's only one left on the last night. That sounds funny, but their reason was that the candles symbolized the burning of the oil, which lasted for 8 days and decreased as time went on. Now, as we know, it is the school of Hillel's view that prevailed as the custom. This was chosen because of the desire to increase light, hope, and joy, not decrease it, during the coldest, darkest time of the year. Nonetheless, Shammai's view has its own logic and value and is worth knowing. So why do I mention all of this about as far away as we can get in the calendar from Hanukkah? I do so because the rabbis taught that there are two types of controversies. One kind is for the sake of heaven, and the other is not for the sake of heaven. An example of the kind of controversy for the sake of heaven is the debates, like the one about lighting the Hanukkah menorah, that took place between the schools of Hillel and Shammai. And what is an example of the type of controversy that is not for the sake of heaven, according to the rabbis? The one found in our Torah portion this week, called Korach. In this portion, Korach and his followers challenge the leadership of Moses and Aaron. Korach claims to have noble motives for his actions, saying that all the Israelites are holy and that it is wrong for Moses to raise himself above everyone else. Now, while this sounds reasonable, the fact is that Korach is simply jealous of Moses' leadership and wants this role for himself. In the end, God ultimately punishes Korach and his followers severely, causing them to be swallowed up by the ground. A clear message is given. In this portion full of examples of questionable behavior, an episode singled out by the rabbis as the classic example of bad form, we nonetheless do find examples of constructive action and positive leadership displayed by Moses. I'd like to point out some such valuable lessons. When Moses is first challenged by Korach, he is clearly embarrassed and angered. We read that he falls on his face, which is interpreted by some as his face falling. Yet despite this initial reaction and justifiable need to rebuke Korach, he composes himself enough to think rationally about how to deal with his conflict. Rather than rushing to prove himself, he suggests that the following day be the time to settle the dispute. By so doing, he can properly prepare to encounter Korach without acting rashly. Such a cool head in the midst of a crisis is a powerful tool for a leader to possess. A second example of Moses' leadership concerns his integrity. He says to God that he has not taken anything from the people nor hurt any of them. By this he means that despite his authority, he has been a fair and merciful leader, unlike many others with such power. Concern for those in need for those one leads is another key element for successful leadership, even in the face of unjust criticism. Such concern is seen again when God tells Moses and Aaron to stand aside so God can destroy the whole community in one fell swoop. Moses' response, rather than thinking only of himself or giving in to his anger, is to ask God if the whole community should suffer for the sin of only some. Of course, the answer is no. And in the end, God only punishes those involved in the scheme against Moses and Aaron. Again, a good leader cares for and even protects those he or she or they lead. As we reflect on this Shabbat, let us remember the teachings about which we have just read. We all have opinions, and many viewpoints are valid. However, we need always to consider how we say things as much as what we say. We need constantly to remain aware of the feelings of others and to give each other the kavod, the honor and respect that we all deserve as people created in God's image. We must think of others in the community and the community as a whole more than about ourselves alone. Those of us in positions of leadership must use the authority we have first and foremost to help others feel welcome and part of our congregation. And we must keep cool heads, resisting the desire to react rather than simply to act. We do not need to accomplish everything today. Tomorrow will always come soon enough. These are the lessons I hope we will take from our Torah portion as we continue to build our sacred community and work together over the coming years. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will and ours as well. Shabbat Shalom. And I'd like to invite anyone who has good news to share to let us know what that is. And once you've shared it, please come up to help open the Ark for Aleinu in just a few minutes. Must be some good news this week. Lucas?
This weekend is Infinity Pod at the Civic Center. I'm England there, and I managed to finish 5 new sets of dice this week, so I can sell them.
Fantastic. Come on up. Other? Must be some. No? Not a good week? Well, I will say I had successful surgery on my finger to help fix that. It seems minor. It is minor. But that's good. And Wendy and I celebrated our 31st wedding anniversary on July 4th. We got married in Washington, D.C. on the 4th of July. So that's amazing. And this coming week will mark 32 years since we met and 36 years since my ordination. So it's a kind of exciting time of year. Someone want to help Lucas here? No good news? All right. Please rise for Aleinu, page 282. I'll help you. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latekiru la liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kecho hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser haaretz, umoshav yikaro bashamayim mimal, ushchinatu zo, begovhei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, emet malkeinu efesu lato, kakatuv b'torato, v'yadata hayom v'hoshevota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, bashamayim mimal, ve'ha'aretz mitachat ein od, ve'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, ushemo echad. Please be seated. Page 291. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We'll read together. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world, and each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life, now ended, brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. And on this Shabbat, we remember Joaquin Eugenio Regalado, Todd Padnos, Kiki Friedman, Louise Myers, Eva Asensio Solorzano. We also remember, for Yahrzeit anniversary of death of Irene Soffin Milberg, Arnold Schwartz, Lynn Kessler, Harry A. Karish, Faye Pollock. We also remember those who have passed away in recent days, weeks and months in Israel and in Gaza and the ongoing war. For those names that have been mentioned, those in our own hearts and minds, those who have no one to say the words of Kaddish for them, we turn in our prayer book to page 294. There we find words of Kaddish praising God for the gift of life and the precious memories we have of loved ones. It's our custom to stand together as we are doing, if you choose, as the sacred congregation in support of those in mourning, and if you choose to read these words together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dachol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kedusha b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, all Israel and all of humanity, and we say, amen. Please be seated. I'd like to invite Temple President Bruce Weiner for some greetings and announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July, and I guess hopefully the celebration of the holiday weekend continues. So for a couple announcements, please join Rabbi Sidlofsky for Shabbat morning service tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Gibbs Family Chapel. Join us for these there's a couple events just to highlight again. Saturday night, July 13th, we have the Barbecue Havdalah. This event is free, but RSVP is required. Please do so. Then Saturday night, July 27th, we'll have a trivia at game night. There'll be dairy potluck, and please contact Wendy Socolo or Mimi Garcia to participate. The North Florida chapter of the Pomegranate Guild will hold its monthly meeting on Thursday, July 11th at 6:30 p.m. at Temple Israel in the Adult Education Room. Bring a project to stitch. All stitchers are invited to join us. For more information, please contact Rebecca Lackamont right here. Believe it or not, we're already zeroing in on the high holidays. So for those interested, rehearsals begin on Sunday, August 11th. If you would like more information about choir participation, please contact Maura Stephanie. There's something for everyone at Temple Israel. Please check your temple times on Tuesdays. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Bruce. And I want to say a special word of thanks to this past year's conversion class for sponsoring the Oneg tonight, and not only for tonight, but for all of their dedication and caring throughout this year and how much they've added to Temple Israel with their presence. And we're so glad to see many of you here this evening. I'm going to turn this one off. Many of you here this evening, and again, thank you for sponsoring tonight, and Mazel Tov again on all of your accomplishments. Just again, one more shameless plug for the fundraiser, the weight loss fundraiser that is starting. I put it off. It was going to start now, but starting Monday because of tonight's Oneg. If anyone wants to sponsor, we've got some sponsors in, and we can make a little bit of money for the temple, but we'd like to make more. And I'd like to be a little more motivated. So anyone who would like to sponsor, please do so. This is purely to help the temple. Let me see. I think that's it for anyone who's interested. Speaking of the conversion class, so just a reminder that next we will be starting another class, another Introduction to Judaism class in the fall for anyone who is interested in that. You do not have to be converting in order to take the class, but it is a requirement if you want to convert. So we are going to conclude before Kiddush and Hamotzi and benediction with Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, page 353. Peace will surely come to us, to everyone. Shalom, salam for us and for the entire world. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Adonai oz le'mo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. God, we ask that you give us strength as we are renewed on this Shabbat. May we find the leader in each of us, and may we, through Moses' example, learn patience, learn humility, learn strength, and learn to help guide ourselves, our communities, and our world to a time of shalom, of wholeness, and of peace. Amen. Shabbat shalom. And we'll join in Kiddush and Hamotzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lemaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'te'avon. Shabbat shalom.